Hey everyone! Samsung released the Galaxy Fold 3 a few days ago. The foldable market still has a ways to go before becoming totally mainstream, and Samsung has been one of its leaders since its very inception. Naturally, any new features that they add to their foldable smartphones are often implemented by the competition. So what's new here? I'm Angie for GSM Arena, and these are the key features of the Galaxy Fold 3. Remember how flimsy the first Galaxy Fold was? In fact, that was one of the biggest issues hindering its usability. You simply can't use a broken phone. The second generation Galaxy Fold was significantly sturdier and had great improvements in the hinge design. Now, on the Fold 3, there's even more focus on durability and how easy it is to hold in your hand. The entire phone is now lighter and thinner than the Fold 2. There's also IPX8 rated water resistance, making it the first foldable with any IP rated water protection at all. There's no dust resistance, so this is not a phone to take to the beach, but it should have no issues in the rain. The hinge itself is also made of a tougher yet more lightweight material Samsung is calling Armor Aluminum. The external screen is protected by Gorilla Glass Victus too. Most importantly, the internal screen has a new protective film that is 80% more durable. It's not exactly clear what Samsung is comparing it to. However, it is promising that the screen is hardy enough to support the use of a stylus, and as a whole this phone is clearly tougher than previous generations. While we're on the topic of a stylus, this is the first foldable with pen support, ever. There's an S Pen Fold edition which is especially made to use with the Fold 3. It supports air commands and has a convenient case that can transform your Fold into a large Galaxy Note. It's both smaller and lighter than the S Pen Pro and doesn't use Bluetooth or need to charge. The S Pen Pro does have the benefit of air actions and LED indicator and can be used on other Galaxy devices like the S21 Ultra, but for most people, the S Pen Fold edition should be more convenient. The larger screen size of the Fold 3 is much more comfortable for artists and designers than the Galaxy Notes were. The Fold 3 sports Android 11 with One UI 3.5 on top. You can tailor your screen layout more than ever before, and features like the split view have been improved to utilize the internal screen more efficiently. Samsung has also worked with Google, Microsoft, Spotify, and other companies so that apps are better optimized for a foldable phone. The Labs feature, which is a bit experimental, allows you to tailor the size of an app window and use it simultaneously with other apps. As a whole, it's easier to adjust the software to your workflow and actually make use of the bigger display. So what about everything else? This phone is almost as premium as you can go. The foldable screen is a 7.6-inch Dynamic 2X AMOLED with a 120Hz refresh rate, HDR10+ support, and supposedly 1200 nits of peak brightness. Unfortunately, you'll still see a crease, but it's less obvious than competitors like the Xiaomi Mi Mix Fold. The smaller cover display is a 6.2-inch Dynamic AMOLED 2X, which means it now has a 120Hz refresh rate like the large one. It's narrow, but it's not uncomfortable to type on. The Fold 3 sports the Snapdragon 888 5G with 12 GB of RAM, and it comes with a minimum of 256 GB of UFS 3.1 as base storage. The phone has a 4,400 mAh battery, which is actually a bit smaller than it was last year, so we're expecting a lower endurance rating this time around. Charging has stayed the same, and it has 25-watt fast charging and 11-watt fast wireless charging. The Galaxy Fold 3 has 3 cameras on the back: a 12-megapixel main camera, a 12-megapixel telephoto with 2x optical zoom, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera. It's obvious this phone was not meant to be a camera phone, but it should be able to hold its own. Of course, we'll have to do some in-depth testing to see if there have been any meaningful upgrades since the Fold 2. As far as selfie cameras go, there's a 10-megapixel camera on the cover display, which seems to perform okay, and a 4-megapixel under-display camera on the internal screen, which isn't our favorite. While it sounds really futuristic and allows you to enjoy more of the display without a distracting hole punch, the quality could be better, and you'll end up taking most of your video calls and selfies with either the camera on the cover display or the triple camera setup on the back. It's clear that Samsung is pushing towards a future where foldable phones are ubiquitous. The Fold 3 has better durability, improved software, and the promise of pen support, which might be huge for some users. This isn't a perfect phone, and if you're looking for a device with a lot of bang for your buck, well, this isn't it. But it's on the cutting edge of technology, and if you're looking for a foldable phone, well, this is the best one yet. Of course, there's a lot to test out here, and we really want to see how the battery and the cameras compare to other premium devices. Of course, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and we'll try to get to them in the full review. Subscribe so you don't miss it, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.